Hey, so I kind of just wanted to talk about Secret Neighbor a little because, it's kind of that side game that, just certain people will enjoy. Maybe not be much talked about, or just, you don't see many people like YouTubers, I guess, playing it. Um, because I'm hoping that, they kind of make it better because there's a lot of issues, and I think it's a pretty cool concept of a game. I just hope that these problems will be fixed. While I talk, there'll be some stuff going on in the background. Doesn't relate to Secret Neighbor, but just to make it less boring. So I'm gonna put this into multiple sections, and if you're interested in a certain topic, there's timestamps for it. Yeah, so the first thing I want to talk about is balancing and what they should buff and nerf. This is a pretty big thing, and if you just play Secret Neighbor a lot, there are a few obvious things. And first, I'm going to talk about how they could change the kid, like the different kids. Detective, it needs a buff. First of all, memorizing the photos is harder than memorizing the key locations. So what's the point? It's just hard. There's no fun in it. So I was thinking that they could change it into a hot and cold mechanic. Maybe the detective can take out some sort of radar and beep the closer you are to a key. Maybe it could do something relating to key cards, or even change detective entirely, so that maybe it's no, it's gonna be pretty weird, but it can control drone to find the keys. I know, but it's a start of possibility. I'm thinking more of the hot and cold mechanic because that just keeps the detective closer to where detective was. And either way, what is it? Intuition. It's so hard to get, and it's a pretty bad ability because it only lasts for a minute. So yeah, that's detective. Um, Bagger Bagger's balanced. Bagger's good. I'm gonna keep that the same. Um, Scout is interesting because I feel like some things need to be nerfed, but some things need to be buffed. I just feel like this needs to be some sort of rework with Scout because I'm like just a little iffy with it. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion. I just something needs to change is what I'm saying. I don't really have any ideas. Maybe more max ammo, but I don't know. Alright, moving on to leader. I'd say leader's mostly balanced. The only thing is the teamwork uh, ability. Even, it just blinds the neighbors. So if you're like an experienced player, this doesn't really do anything. Because it doesn't stun the neighbor, just blinds them. So I was thinking that maybe it could possibly stop the neighbor from doing quite literally everything. But at the same time, maybe change it so that it has its own separate cooldown, because just not to make it too overpowered. Inventor. I think Inventor's fine where Inventor is. I just say that it needs. I don't know if this is audio mechanic, but if it isn't, then this would be amazing to add. Depending on how many inventors there are, depends on the amount of gears that spawn. And I'm pretty important, Brave. Simply Brave is, most overpowered because, I mean, just think about it. It's very hard to die as Brave if you know how to item spam, but the nerf I would make to Brave would change the uh, Counter Strike ability. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. To a cooldown instead of something you could charge up. That's how it was when Brave first came out, and I think that if they bring it back, that would be nice. Also, when it comes to the Q ability, I feel like that needs to be changed a little because they can just sit there and spam Q and regain all their health back if they're neighbor, and that's a little weird in my opinion. So enough of the kids. Let's talk about the neighbor. So if I had an opinion on the neighbor, I'd say the neighbors are quite balanced. My only one for change is the clown's neighbor's smoke to not be full uptime. I don't understand like what thought process behind that was. A smoke bomb that makes it hard to throw items, hard to walk, hard to see, and damages you. That is full uptime. If you don't know what I mean, when the cooldown ends, like when it's back up, you can wait. No, sorry, other way around. When the smoke ends, the cooldown is over, so you could just keep throwing it again. And I think this is also a different change that could make most situations fair. So depending on how many children are alive depends on the neighbor respawn. This means that maybe if there's 5 children, the neighbor will take a very short amount of time because it's going to be really hard. And if there's only one, killing the neighbor is kind of just a waste of time. So I'll put a bunch of different ideas I had for the timing, but yeah, I think that's everything for balancing. Alright, so now I want to talk about maps. So, usually, uh, you might find people that are like, oh, this map. And I feel like that most common map is map 3, the Storm is Coming map. And the big reason I think that a lot of people don't like that map is because it's very big, and I feel like it doesn't really fit in the style of what a lot of people who just like Hello Neighbor enjoy. A lot of people enjoyed the first build of it pre-alpha because it was a small house, it was simple, it was fun, it was not complicated. And then when you go to the alpha, the 3-4 house, it's this complicated thing that really doesn't fit with the style of the game, and that's why I kind of feel like map 3 is not good. And you can beat that map without key cards, mostly at least, because there's a lot of jumps you can make, and that I felt like they were so just put in the game that I feel like they were intentional. So if I had a idea for how they can include more maps, I think that there needs to be more thought process going into unique ideas for maps, and really brings in simplicity and no repetitiveness. Alright, this is something that I'm actually begging gets fixed, because this is actually something that I don't really understand how it could be in a game based off of that there's zero to no other games that have this. And that is, I don't have clips for this, but if you play this game for a while, you know that you may experience a moment where the neighbor catches you and you're not even a remotely close. And what I pretty much would just call this desync. And this is the thing in a lot of games, maybe I guess you really just call the definition of it lag. Like if you've what's an example? Here's an interesting one. if you ever played Roblox Murder Mystery, you know that sometimes, you might get hit by the knife from far away, but if maybe you don't play Roblox. Just getting, extendo arms, you get caught from a non-reasonable difference, I mean, or distance. So I really hope that get fixed. And I mean, I'm okay with getting caught from an unreasonable distance, but being not even remotely close and getting caught is a little, uh, how do I say it, unfair. Because this happens to me in one in every 25 games. 25! Not like 500 or something. This happens to me often. And first of all, not only is it like this humongous jump scare, it's just annoying because you have a 0% chance of winning and there's no fun. I don't really understand, but all I have to say is that I really hope it gets fixed. And here is my final thing I want to talk about, and that is Level Editor. Level Editor, and you may not know this, you may not be totally caught up, but what they're trying to make Level Editor is kind of like Roblox Studio, where they want to make it so that you can create games. Like they're giving examples like a meat hook game, where you just keep hooking in as the butcher or something. I don't know. And I actually was really interested because I like that idea that they want to make Level Editor not just something that you can make maps, but you can make crazy things out of it. Um, and I like where it's going right now. I just some things that I would like to be coming or just coming soon is when you upload your map, you have to go to Steam Workshop to subscribe to it. It does not automatically go into your custom maps area or subscribed area. And I feel like that's weird. Like, why? So yeah, that's one of the things. But I feel like what would be really cool is that if you can build with your friends, so you can build a map with your friends, just simply that. I think that would be cool. And otherwise, I think Level Editor is going into. Uh, I think the idea of it is really good. I just want those two things. And yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like I covered most of the important things about the game. Of course, there's a few other things, but those are the important things that I want to ask for change. I would really like to discuss with you uh, how you feel about everything I'm talking about, how you want the future of Secret Neighbor to become, and if you actually enjoy this style, like me talking about different games. I don't really want to do it too much, but I feel like Secret Neighbor is an exception. Maybe Warlords, but well, yeah, have a nice day.